Today we're talking about CM Punk's 47th birthday, his match with Jey Uso, and whether Jey should be getting a shot at all. That's what's coming up. Hi and welcome to WWA Wrestling with Adversity. This is the Kickout Show, and today we're talking about CM Punk turning 47, putting out a little message to say, you know, life lifed, and he's been through some shit just like all of us. We're all human. CM Punk's human, Jey Uso's human, and what goes on behind the curtain, behind the scenes, is human shit that we all go through. You know, times get hard. We have families, loved ones, friends, and shit just gets real. So Punk coming out now, 47 years old, older and wiser, I dare say. I know a lot of people might say he's still a bit of a knob. I don't know if he was ever a knob. I'm just saying I think the years mature everybody. The person you were before isn't the person you are today. And it's through those life experiences that we grow and change. Because that's what's always going to happen. That's guaranteed that things are going to change. So CM Punk, we go right back to the early days. I remember him winning the World Championship and tuning in and thinking, what the hell is going on here? I didn't think he was ready. I didn't think he was the guy. I didn't think he looked good in the title. There was the likes of Undertaker around, and it was just like, how's this guy going to get over? And I don't really think he did with the long hair back then. CM Punk, I don't think he did, but it took time, and then I think he shaved his head. Then along came the group he had with was it Carl Anderson, and they were the Straight Edge Society, and I just think it was a pivotal moment for CM Punk, you know. And then he became the guy that we know we are today, that he is today. But we know that shit was going on backstage. He doesn't lay down if shit gets real. And I think he was seeing, you know, politics and struggles going on backstage and unfairness, which led to the pipe bomb. That great moment that I watched as it was happening. And I thought, nah, this is a work. This is definitely a work. And it turns out it wasn't. And what a moment. The moment he stood up for himself. Stood up to be counted and didn't care what the world said about it. He just went, nah, fuck it. Fuck this. This is how it is. I don't like it and I'm going to say it. And look what happened. It basically built his career to what it is today. And then again, he moved on to UFC. I mean, what kind of fucking balls does that take? You can say what you want about his UFC career, that he didn't do very well, that he got beat up, that he had no skill or no place being in a place like that, fighting those types of guys, coming from professional wrestling. I say fuck that. Look at what he did. Went from professional wrestling, dedicated all of his time. I mean, WWE for him then was money. It's money in the bank. Traveling the world. Fame. And he's changed that, left and gone into a world where he could get his face smashed in. And did. You don't think that takes balls. That takes such an amount of courage to follow your heart. He didn't do it for fame. He was doing it because he thought he could do it. He thought it was a path that he wanted to follow. And why the hell not? Who was anybody else to tell you that you can't do that? And he did. Yeah. And he got found out. He wasn't that great. But so what? He tried it. He'll know to his end day that he gave it his best. And it was something that he wanted to try. So I see it as a success. Doesn't matter that he lost the matches. Just like Brock Lesnar. What is that guy not tried? Just because, I fancy this now, I'm going to give this a shot. Leaving WWE, going to play for the Vikings in NFL. That takes such courage to do that. To just pack up everything and go, do you know what? And I'm trying this. Amazing. And then he went into UFC, and we know what he did in the UFC. But again, win or lose, the point is he followed his heart. Despite what people said, and despite how comfortable you were already where you were sitting. And that's so easy for us to do, isn't it? We sit in misery, but it's almost comfortable. You know, we sit not moving, and we piss and we moan and we look inward and we go, oh, you're fucking useless. You don't do this and you don't do that. But that's because it's too comfortable. It's too comfortable sitting here doing niche. And what they were doing was, you know what? I don't like sitting in shit. I'm moving. I want to move. And that's what they did. They took the moves. They didn't look at, oh, am I going to be successful? Am I going to hold bouts? What's the future going to bring? What's the next step? The next step is this, because this is what I want to do. And CM Punk won't regret a single thing he did. He maybe would have wanted it to turn out differently, hoped he could have been better, or hoped he got a bit more luck in a fight or something. But really, if you ask him, he's got no regrets about living his life that way. It was what he wanted to do. And eventually, he's come back to the sport that he loves. And he's killing it again. CM Punk, we love him. Some hate him. That's up to you, and that's the great thing and the beauty about wrestling, as Cena always says. But to stand up for what you want and to follow it through takes an immense amount of courage and dedication and effort, and I won't tear people down for that. So on to Jey Uso, a guy we loved as part of the Usos. We loved him with the tribal chief in the bloodline. We loved him when he became a singles guy, and we were like, right, this is his big moment. He's got the look, he's got the charisma, he's got the music. And then he started adopting the yeet, and it all looked great, didn't it? But in my opinion, it's WWE dropping the ball. They're not managing it right. Suddenly, you turn these characters into annoying caricatures of themselves, and it's why fans turn against them. It's not Jey Uso, the human being. It's this thing that you're portraying to me. And then you're giving them pushes when maybe somebody else deserved it. And it's your company. You can do with it as you wish, of course. And that's the thing. And we don't always know what's coming up in the storyline. There could be reasons this guy's getting a push, because eventually it'll all turn around to become somebody else's push, and their story flourishes. But in recent times with WWE, can we really trust that they're going to do that? It is, you get what you see kind of these days with WWE. It is just Jey getting a title shot. Now, is there anything wrong with that? I don't know. In my opinion, there's maybe more deserving people, or let's kind of rebrand him, repackage him, maybe turn him heel. But I think we've kind of seen this character, and it's not really... I think the problem is with WWE, once they get something over, like a t-shirt or a chant, that's it. They run with it. Let's fucking drive this into the ground until we can rinse every penny out of it. And it's not necessarily great for the wrestling. But Jey Uso, the amount of shit he's getting, and it's been for a while now. It's not just since he was getting in this match with CM Punk. It's been a while. He's getting this shit. I can hear Rikishi saying about his own son, like, he needs to be booked this way and booked that way. And, you know, he can hear all that. And it must be a lot of weight to bear. You wake up in the mornings, you know, and that doubt is there. People don't want me there. People are hating on me. It's different when you heel, because that heat feels part of the kayfabe. Oh, we don't want Triple H winning the title. Maybe it's because Triple H is a bastard. You don't want Gunther winning it. You don't want The Rock winning it when he was heel, because of the character they're playing. But when it's because they just don't like you, imagine how difficult that is to take. Imagine how difficult it is to wake up each day and just start to doubt yourself and think, do you know what, maybe I'm not good enough for this. people don't like me, maybe I'm rubbish. But you know what? He doesn't. He keeps showing up. Determined, can see the path, follows along what he wants to do. And it takes immense courage to do that in the face of public ridicule and disappointment. So both of them have been through that in real life, not just in wrestling. In real life, both of them have been looked at and laughed at and ridiculed. And yet they're still going. They still fight, they still show up, they go to the gym, they eat right, they live their lives, they go on interviews, they do all these things for the fans. And yes, we should definitely have the right to jump in and say this storyline's rubbish and we don't think this guy's great and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not taking that away from anybody. I do it. I love doing it. I love talking about it. But I just think it's such an immense way to show who you are by just standing there and going, do you know what, I'm going to keep going. This is my path and I'm going to follow it through despite what happens out elsewhere. Things I can't control. And I'm going to keep going. So yeah, the message today is just have courage for a path that you want to follow. It might not be what your parents want you to do. It might not be what your partner wants you to do or your kids or anything like that. But to have the courage to know deep within your heart, this is what I want to do. And to follow that through despite what people are going to say and all the judgment that comes with that. It takes immense courage, and it's something we should all definitely work towards. I'm doing it right now. I'm putting myself out there. I'm in a position of vulnerability where people can take the piss and say this show's shit and you talk a load of bollocks. Who wants to talk about wrestling and mental health? That's boring. Let's just talk about wrestling. But it's my passion. I love wrestling and I want to help people. So that's why I do what I do. And yeah, there's a risk that I'm going to be taking the piss out of and put down and all that kind of stuff. But if I want to reach the people that I want to reach, I have to wade through that shit, unfortunately. So yeah, today's message, courage under fire. Keep going. Find out what your passion is and your joy and follow it through despite what everybody else says. So I hope you've enjoyed today's show. This has been the Kick Out Show. And remember, it's not about hitting the mat. It's all about the kick out. See you soon. If you're working on your mindset or dealing with anxiety or depression and really want to look after your mental health, come and join my free group. It's called The Locker Room on School. That's SKOOL. So get that app, come and join me. I offer one-to-one coaching, great community, lots of games and lots of wrestling analysis. I'd love to see you in there. The link is in my bio.